We should be live, so welcome everyone to. I want to say this is still the Cleary Cup. I know there was like debate in the admin chat or whatever, or my chat about it. Alright, regardless, we're gonna call this the Cleary Cup. Welcome everyone, boys and girls, and whoever else you're identified as. Is what it is. I am James Seconelli once again. I am back with C Shay for this. Only one other caster this time. Usually it's been three, but it is what it is. But C Shay, how are you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good, James. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, except for this headache that I have. But it's not because of this. But either way, so usually I'd start this a little later, sort of speak. I usually wait for the both teams to at least have one player in. But I do want to touch up on something. For people who are not in the Discord, obviously, if you watched the last series that I streamed here, Gundvm lost the series 3-2 against Office Party Esports. What ended up happening was because of conflict of scheduling, Office Party actually threw the forfeit, and then as a result, forfeited their right to play in this because again, scheduling issues. The Gundvm it is Gundvm is going to be taking their spot as they lost 3-2 in the semis, anyways. Um, so there's that. I know we're still waiting on Gundvm, but DJ, I do want your thoughts on how you think the series might go.
Well, Girl Scouts are obviously the heavy favorite here. They haven't lost really all season. Gundam Gang, technically they didn't make it to the finals here, but the fact that they were, so quick and eager to step in, kind of leads me to believe that they're gonna leave it all on the field, and really never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I do agree. It's definitely we're definitely glad that that's the case. And also, technically speaking, even though it's kind of a weird way for them to be here, they are the only team in Clear Studios Rocket League history to make the Cleary Cup multiple times, and in the same sense, are the only team to make it all three seasons in this league. But little fun fact for people. Actually, even bigger fun fact for Gundam Gang's sake. In their in season 0, they weren't even called Gundam Gang. They actually had two different names that season, if I'm not mistaken. Now, obviously, things have changed since then, including rules on name changes. So, before people get any bright ideas, you cannot change your names during the middle of the season. And I wasn't in the league when that happened, but they were originally called Underdog RLC, the same team I got drafted to, and they changed their name to MechMen, in which MechMen were still technically around in the Challengers last season. Actually, two of your teammates were from the MechMen, which you probably know anyways. But either way, obviously on the side of Girl Scouts, now Remix, BLT Dusk, and even Mr. Cookie for life, all pretty much undefeated. Um, That this team has been very unstoppable. Again, they're heavy favorites. We're still waiting on where Gundam was at. Both teams said they were ready, and I don't know if Gundam decided to play a match to wait, which in my opinion is not a all that great of a thing. But I can't tell you if they are. But either way, as we do wait here for for this match to start, I do want to ask you, since I know I've been pretty much rambling the whole time. I think I asked you how you think the series is going to go, but I want you to give me an upfront prediction right now. Who do you think is going to
Oh,
win
you're
the
gonna lock me in.
series? Yeah,
Oh,
who's going to win the series, and what do you think the series will end up being?
well, you know, it, how could I not pick Girl Scouts? They BLT remix that they've got chemistry that goes back long before this league, and you know, see them play together enough times to know that they're a formidable duo, and you add Dusk in there, and they're a dangerous team as they've proved all season long. I can't imagine that Gundam Gang will be able to pull the upset, but I do think they're going to make it closer than people expect. I'm going to go with 4-2 final series.
Actually, I do agree with that. I wouldn't mind if Gundvm proves me wrong, but I actually would have thought that as well. But going back on the remix and BLT duo, as you said, they were teammates before in this league. Actually, even the same with Mr. Cookie for Life, even though I'm pretty sure that he was a sub for them anyways. But like, those two have been teammates for a while. They obviously have good chemistry, but they've also won a LAN championship together. Or two, I don't remember which. But they've at least won a LAN. So if anyone in this league knows a lot about championships in general, there's actually two duos in the form of Umar Kaneki, as they've been here for the third time now. But also Remix and BLT as well. I'm gonna take shots at them because they're not here yet. They've at least won a championship.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but Gundvm has made the finals every year, and
Yes,
they have yet to win one.
correct.
Well, that is tough.
That is very tough, let me tell you.
Some
Oh
might
yeah.
say that they're due.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, hold on, give me a sec here. Let me do a little something. I do this and I do. There's no minor technical difficulties here. Just gotta make sure stuff is straight. As we still don't have Gundvm here. But yeah, no, obviously, like I mentioned before I got distracted about the remake BLT thing and obviously taking shots at Gundvm. But to kind of also press further on this, BLT who just left the match because I'm assuming he doesn't want to get cold. He is also the two-time reigning MVP. He's the only player. Albeit we started doing MVPs last season, but he ended up also being the first player in this league history to be a multi MVP and back-to-back MVP. Obviously, that's gonna play a good part in this game. But yeah, I don't know where this team is at, if I'm being honest. But we'll see what happens, I guess. But either way, I'm kind of confused, if I'm being honest. I really don't know where they're at. And
Strategy, maybe they're looking to play some sort of mind game, or
I don't know. I don't know.
they are aware that the lobby is up.
They should be. I've added them a few times. If I'm being honest. Okay, now they're joining. It took them a bit. I don't know why it took them a bit. But
Oh, now we need. Oh, BLT is back as well.
yeah, finally, after a long time, as they just left the match. Are you serious? Don't tell me I'm gonna get a message saying, "Oh, let's make a new lobby." That would just be great.
Well, to be fair, Rex is playing from the UK, right? So a different lobby could be the difference in a significant enough ping to be worth requesting.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know why they're gone. I straight up don't know why they're gone. This is unless I'm missing something. I have game chat on. I have. All right. Well, when we get this stuff sorted out, or yeah, we're gonna cut away a little bit. We're gonna hopefully get this stuff sorted out and see what's happening as
They're rejoining now.
they're rejoining now. Apparently, I don't know. I straight up don't know what's happening. But Yeah, I guess it is what it is. I'm not gonna completely complain. Or maybe I will. I have no idea. Of course we're... Alright, we're gonna be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for all this, but we're gonna be right back.
Try to speak up. Sorry if I'm yelling in your ears.
Okay.
You're good, but finally, after a long time here of waiting, we are underway in game number 1 at Manfield for this Cleety Cup. Gundvm, like I mentioned earlier, is pretty much replacing OPE in this. And by the way, as he joined during the middle of this, Max Velocity is here joining us for the third casters we usually have in the finals for both majors and challengers. But either way, as we have 30 seconds, or we're 30 seconds in, no goal scored yet, which it almost feels weird because in a lot of games in the playoffs, usually the first goal is scored in a matter of like 10 seconds. I don't know why, but either way, these two teams, very competitive, not going to give an inch to each other. Both want it, especially Gundvm. Been here 3 times, the only team to make a finals appearance in this league multiple times, yet they still haven't gotten the Cleety Cup to show for it. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and these were the 2 teams with the best records this season too, so it'll be interesting to see them face off.
That's also true. OPE was not second seed. They ended up having to go through the first round. But these 2 teams both had to bye. We'll see how this goes. Kaneki takes it to the skies, looking to pinch it off the corner, looking for the center, but does. Alright, on back wall, giving it to Remix already, who's able to bring it back down to the orange half. See right here, though, as BLT with the shot, saved away off the post. And Remix is able to keep it in, but Umer, with the help of Rex, is able to keep it out. Remix. Look at bring it back in. Was denied on the midfield, but Dusk still there. But right now, not many threatening chances aside from that one shot, but maybe now another, and it is good. BLT is able to give Girl Scouts the lead.
If you're Gundam Gang, those double commits can't be what you have for this series. There's both of you jumping up, and then one of you's not down to just catch and clear out. Like, you got to be able to have one stay down there.
Yeah, that's been a plague. That's always plagued them, though, this whole season. And even last season, if you remember, Max, as we both casted the pick up last season, there was a lot of double commits, particularly with Kaneki and Beskar, but again, another double commit right there between Kaneki and Umer. That's been a staple this whole season anyways. As the net's open, Rexa was a little too far in front, and Kaneki pushed up a little too far. Now Remix looking to pounce. It's just a 1v1 right now, but Kaneki was able to stand strong and Rexa with the clear. But yeah, if you're a Gundam Gang, you have to clean up these double commits. This is not something, you do not want to drop a third straight Cleety Cup, as the net's going to be open and BLT capitalizes for goal number 2.
BLT with a strong start here, able to open up this series with 2 goals of his own.
2.5 minutes remaining. 2-0 in favor of Girl Scouts. They have pretty much taken this whole league by storm this past season. And obviously they're showing it here as well. As Dust looks to intercept it, but not the greatest of touches. So Umer will have a 2v1, but he takes the shot off crossbar. And Kaneki just couldn't read it. So now here comes Remix on a counterattack. Dusk is also up. He puts it towards back while BLT will be there. He goes for the pass, Remix for the shot. Actually ends up being a pass instead of BLT. Just not enough power. And inaccurate anyways. But Dusk is able to keep it in for the time being. Remix is able to have it deadlocked in the zone. And a great read by Dusk to increase the lead to 3.
Yeah, and you just see Rex kind of just gets left on his own there on defense. Not much you can do.
Yeah, pretty much, but honestly...
Great clear by Remix to get it to him.
Yeah, but honestly, this is where you kind of look at Umer and Kaneki, if they're both... If at least one of them can see where Rex and Dust is at to call out that someone's challenging. I don't know if they were able to see, but that is an opportune time to do something like that. Either way, though, Rex was not able to do anything. Dust, great 50, the BLT is up. That's going to hit backboard. Umer was able to get this clear. Now Remix. Pass off ceiling. Shot saved away out the crossbar. But BLT is able to keep it in. But he has to back pass it. And ends up losing possession as a result. But minute 20 left. A lot of pressure in favor of Girl Scouts. And Gundam Gang just cannot start anything. Whatever they had in the semis, It's just not here. It's pretty much ghosted them. As Remix is able to intercept that pass. Doesn't get the double on it. But either way, though, BLT is up. He's going to try to pass it from the back wall, but it's cleared away. Rexid has... It was a 2v1, but Remix, great defense. It's cleared away by Dusk. BLT. A demo on the backline by Dusk. BLT wasn't able to do much with the maul, though, so here's Remix. Looking for a pass to Dusk. Gets intercepted by Rexid. BLT. Staying in the midline. All this pressure mounting for Girl Scouts. They really don't even need to score. They just gotta make sure the ball stays out of their own net, which they may have just failed to do here, but Remix is able to get there in time, beats out the opposing player. And this could have just done it for game number 1.
It's pretty much over. If you're Gundam Gang, you just gotta knock that one off and just try to get it back this next time and take the game off of them. Just focus on one game at a time.
Pretty much. Maybe getting a goal there would have helped. Doesn't happen though. Remix gets a save. And that is game number 1. Girl Scouts take it in a pretty dominant fashion. I mean, what? There's not much to be said. Girl Scouts just pretty much had possession, had the pressure, had everything going for them in this game, and it showed. There is... You're gonna be...
Girl Scouts did play well. Girl Scouts played well, but don't get me wrong, but a lot of those 3 goals kind of felt like mistakes coming off of Gundam Gang as opposed to Girl Scouts punishing them for those mistakes, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Gundam Gang just needs to clean it up a little bit, and they'll definitely have a chance in the series still. It's definitely not over for them. Best of 7, it's a long series.
Yeah, long series for sure. I mean, right now in the RLCS, all the wild cards pretty much best of 7. Those games or those series feel like they take forever. So this is gonna be pretty much a similar case for Girl Scouts and Gundam Gang as well. Gundam Gang can still technically lose 3 more before they're done, but you want to be able to tie it.
In the Challenger Cup, I believe the winning team, BOD, defeated.
Wow!
After losing the first 2 games of the series, so it is possible.
It is possible. It's a good point though.
We ain't talking about challengers.
It's a good point though. It's most definitely a good point. I know.
It definitely is.
For those who don't know, these 2 were on the opposite teams in the Challenger Cup Finals. But it is a great point, though, regardless. Because they could win Game 2 here, but we've seen it not only then, but in the RLCS, a team could take Games 1 and 2, get dropped the next 4. But it looks like Girl Scouts are starting Game 2 off on the right foot, as Kaneki is not the greatest...
Far away from when they catch there.
Yeah, not the greatest of catches, and BLT was just able to pounce at it.
He sure showed up to play today.
Yeah, he's been in the right place at the right time for the most part. Able to... I'm pretty sure he has 3 out of 4 goals, if not all 4, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 out of 4. But either way, though, he's been performing well. Girl Scouts as a whole, though, has been performing well. Everyone has not really looked lackluster on that team, but you look at Girl Scouts. You just hope they pick up the pace, as that touch, not the greatest. BLT didn't do much, but they kind of got harassed out anyways. But everyone was pushed up for Gundam Gang there for some reason. No one was on the back line. They finally scrambled to get back. But now a double commit between BLT and Remix. They both miss. Dusk is going to have to buy his team a lot of time here. As Kaneki puts it towards the corner. Dusk is able to buy his team enough time. He actually gets a pass out to BLT, who's going to try to start something, but he has to leave it. Now Umar will take it. Only down by 1 is Gundam Gang, but they cannot be giving goals like that away. Fortunately for them, it does hit the post. May have been safe regardless if it was going in. But right now, we'll see what happens. Kaneki gets the flipper set, but Remix was just there waiting. Dusk gets 1 touch, and another double commit between Remix and BLT. Kind of uncharacteristic for them, but Remix was able to get back regardless. Now maybe a fake from Kaneki. A shot from Umar, but that just goes wide. Those are chances that give you...
For both teams.
Yeah, that with how their man played it. But Rexit finally gets on the board for his team in the series, or at least the game is all tied up.
Yeah, and Gundam Game finally get to see one go through. That's just what they needed here. Maybe they could get some momentum going and take this game.
It is very much needed. I mean, they had Girl Scouts had so much momentum. Hopefully they don't just give it back right here. They don't, not yet at least. But
Yeah, and if you're Gundam Gang, you don't want to go down 2-0, 3-0 in this series. Like, you want to take a game early and just let them know, hey, we are perfectly capable of beating you.
well, you especially don't want to go down 3-0. Reverse sweeps in best of sevens rarely ever happen, and never have happened. Well, in this league, but that's only because we only play best of sevens in the finals. But still, you don't want to do it. It's highly improbable in RLCS, regardless, let alone here. You don't want to go down then. But right now, though, you would definitely be helpful for them if they can take this game. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
The defense has looked a lot more solid this game for Gundam Gang than it did in game 1.
Not only that, though, but it seems like Girl Scouts aren't as strong as they were in game 1. They're still strong, but at the same time, though, game 1 they were very strong. Here, they're just not as strong. They're still tied, but this is a great chance for Gundam Gang to take the lead. But Remix just got a piece of it, and now BLT will be able to take it away and put it into the orange half. This actually might be a dangerous chance. Dust doesn't get a read on it, but Remix is gonna be up for the shot. Oh no!
Left the net.
Oh no! It looks like Kaneki went for a demo, and Rex and Uma were both pushed up. Rex is maybe just. I think he assumed Dust was gonna initially hit that and was just out of position at that point. Uma jumped, got a piece of it as it had an orange trail, but I don't know, man. Either way, this Uma looks to added one back, and he's able to.
Wow.
Okay. This is as.
It just wasn't what BLT wanted there.
Well, we'll just chalk it up as an Umer goal. Well, that's all we'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just chalk it up as that, as it's tied 2 apiece, but could be added, or another one could have been added. It does get saved away by Remix, but Umer goes for the pass. I like the idea, but no one from his team was there. And Remix is harassing Kaneki, but Kaneki was able to recover. Gundam Gang, they are showing signs of life, but it still seems like they get put in dangerous spots, whether willingly or non-willingly. But either way, we'll have to see if they can take this lead. They have not gotten the lead yet, and this is still dangerous. Rex is able to get there in time. Kaneki's gonna have to beat Remix to this ball. He was able to, but BLT is able to collect it and just send it towards the orange half. Rex is waiting, though. Dusk moves it off back wall. Kaneki was able to at least get enough of a touch. Rex will try to take possession. But great challenge from BLT, but a great send-off by Umer. Now Kaneki did not read that. Not the easiest to read. I didn't expect that to happen either. Remix put it across net. No one from his team actually went for it, though. But now Remix will try to just waste some time. Kaneki tries to get a touch, wasn't able to, so Remix will be able to get the clear. Umer and Rex both double commit. I haven't seen as many of those this game as we had in game 1, but they're still prevalent as ever. BLT gonna take his time. Looks for a flipper set, doesn't even get it. Umer does get a touch though, but Remix is gonna be there for the shot, gets blocked away, and we have overtime.
And you've got to win this game if you're Gundam Gang.
This is pretty much an important game, but that demo may have just hurt them, but wasn't the case. Rex is able to get the save, and able to get around another. Rex is just trying to buy his team some time as no one else is pushed up, and he did not have much boost. But now Remix from his own corner. Not the greatest of first touches. Rex is able to keep it in. And Rex did a great pass down. What a play by Gundam Gang. My goodness.
Rex with a dime.
Yeah, like that was just so weird. You don't see a pass fall like that.
It was so soft. I don't think anybody expected that to come straight to him like that.
Yeah.
I think Umer expected it.
Oh yeah, if anyone, that was.
Wow, what a finish.
Very great finish.
Nice momentum.
There.
Very much needed. Rexed, Umer, the chemistry is there. Obviously, I mean, Gundvm as a whole have been great this season. Chemistry showing though right there between those two players, in a play that I don't think any of us, even Girl Scouts, really expected. But
Yeah, and my question to you guys now is: now that Gundam Gang has taken that game and proved that they can win games against this team, do you guys think that Girl Scouts, not that they're flailing, but like, do you think that they're like, oh, maybe we should lock in a little bit? Like they're a little bit more nervous about how this set's gonna go.
maybe.
Personally, I think Girl Scouts is a team that they are very smart about how they play the game plan. They analyze each team's individual weaknesses. I think that they're going to be looking at this and they're going to have adjustments to make, and I would be willing to bet that they'll be successful adjustments.
Yeah.
Well,
Like you said, like remix and BLT have plenty of chemistry playing together, so they're able to they've been in these situations before that we need to adapt and adjust, and hopefully they can get Dusk in on that and be able to shape up what they need to shape up to get this game 3 job. And if you're Gundam Gang, you just want to ride high on that win and just make sure you're coming in, but you also still need to make sure that you're fixing those mistakes that we've seen in both game 1 and game 2. Because if you do that, then you don't get punished, and you have a very good chance of winning another one of these games too.
if there's anything that we know about Girl Scouts, is that they're battle hardened. As I mentioned before, Max joined here and whatnot. BLT and Remix both have won a LAN, so they're definitely battle tested. And while this doesn't really compare to a LAN as much, they do know how to win these types of championships. So you expect to see that, but at the same time, though,
That's a great pass there.
we'll see what happens. Is great 50 by Remix. BLT is gonna be weight, but not much boost. But he somehow gets to 50. Kaneki does get the clear. But not Dusk. A lot of space. He can create his own shots if he needs to, but he got bumped away from that one. But Remix is gonna take a shot.
That's another one of those mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know who the.
He's just sitting too far back in net there.
Yeah, he
Turns
just.
away, figures his teammates have the ball, can't get back to that post.
Yeah, just read the play a little wrong, I guess. Just a costly mistake. Mistakes that you cannot make here in the Cleety Cup. Either way, though, Remix gonna try to add another one. Goes for the pass. BLT isn't able to get much on the shot. Dust doesn't get a touch on it either. BLT is gonna try to buy his team some time, but wasn't able to. But great 50 from Remix. Puts it back into the orange half. Another great 50 by him. Rested is able to get a clear at least. Gets another as well. No. He'll try to pass it out back while BLT was waiting. But Kaneki is going to take a shot, but a little too soft. Dust was able to get the clear and save. Boomer just maybe trying to buy some time. Doesn't get another touch, but it might actually work as a fake. And he tried to go for the bomb, wasn't able to. Kaneki's going to commit. And a great stretch by Remix to be able to block that shot out of the net.
Yeah, and Remix just making a wall in the net.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's not a touch on that. So now, oh goodness, Boomer's gonna have to place a little bit of damage control. Solo play from him. You don't see many of those. He usually goes for passes or just immediate shots. Didn't work out in his favor though that time. Rested able to get it clear, and the demo just opened it up the net, and Rex is able to tie the game.
Kaneki just clears the path.
That's pretty much all that's really need to be said, right? He got the demo. That was last man. Open net. Well, we are tied once again. Ever since game 1, this series has become a lot closer. The series is also tied 1-1. But right now, though, BLT looking to put this one in with the help of Dusk.
Save.
Yeah, the bond of friendship was not able to get the goal there, but it was there. Dust is able to put it in. Remix the bump on Rexed, and Umer just was not able to get there.
No man's land.
Passing bump from Remix, that was absolutely beautiful.
It was the right play in all reality. I do agree. Definitely beautiful. But now Gundvm back down by 1. They were in this position before the last game, so nothing super unfamiliar. Actually quite familiar for them anyways. They've been down for most of the series, even though they did take game 2, but that was pretty much their only lead, so to speak, in this series, as Remix is able to get a great clear. Remix puts it off the side while BLT is there waiting. Kaneki able to get a touch off. Thus, none of his teammates were there. Even though Remix does get the ball back again, goes for the fake. Rexid was able to get the save, but does immediate shot, gets cleared away.
Good clear by Ermer there.
Rexid wasn't able to do much. BLT is going to be able to get it cleared. Goes for the pinch as well. Just ended up getting a double. Kaneki just wasting a little bit of time. Rexid gets the bump, excuse me. Now Kaneki's going to have to be careful. Remix just got a touch in the wrong direction, but actually works out as a back pass. BLT was there in the right position. Now Dust is going to have to be able to get a touch. He does. It is able to buy his team time, and now one rim. My goodness, having a stroke here on stream. That's crazy. Less than a minute remaining. Gundam getting down by 1. Almost just tied the game here. But they're going to have another chance. And the passing play led to a member on the Girl Scouts team, as no one was really there to receive it. Maybe Gundam getting a little too afraid of trying to overcommit here. As Dust is going to take a shot, and that is good. A 2-goal lead now for Girl Scouts.
And I think one thing that can't be understated so far in this game that's made a huge difference is the defensive Remix. Usually we all like to focus on Girl Scouts offense and everything, but Remix, like any pressure that Gundam Gang's been able to get on them, Remix has been there like making a wall in their net, and he hasn't let anything go in really.
Yeah, anytime he's been on the pitch, no goals have been scored. The only time they've scored is when he's got deleted from it. And that's pretty much it. Right now, though, Gundam Gang, unless they're able to get a few goals in 15 seconds, they're going to be down 2-1 in a series. Yeah, you pretty much have to if you want a chance of tying this game up. That 50 may have just sealed it, though. Rexid tries to put it in, but was not able to. 2-1 will be series in favor of Girl Scouts. And now the question becomes, what does Gundam Gang need to change if they feel like they need to change anything at all? Because they just did not have much pressure. Like, does their counterattack game need to, or at least breakout game need to change? What does need to change? And I guess I'll ask you first, CJ. What do you think needs to change, at least for Gundam Gang, to at least have a better chance of taking another game off them?
I mean, seems like they're doing a good job at cutting down the mistakes, at least from game 1, but it's really, like Max pointed out, Remix in that is he's a wall. You know, I would think that they're probably realizing that demos have helped them, you know, and you know, maybe just try to get fancy. You know, that they're gonna have to be scrappy to win this game, but I'm sure they already knew that.
Yeah, and to his point, I do think I agree that the mistakes were cut down a lot this game, and I think they played a lot smoother together. But I think the only issue is the smoothness came with a lack of aggression. I think they decided they were gonna make less mistakes, but they also feel like they're sitting back on their hands a little bit. They don't have the pressure that they had in games 1 and games 2. So I just feel like they still need to be able to make those mistakes and still be able to play fast and get the ball where it needs to go, and not give this already fast Girl Scouts team time to be able to play their pace.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what you said, but all I'm gonna say is, what couldn't help is, if you can't beat them, as the wise person of Jorbius once said, if you can't beat them, delete them. Get them off the pitch. Just get them off here. Just erase their existence. Do anything you can to create yourself some space here, because they have not had much. Yeah, anything you can. They have not had much space to create their shots. And if you know them, they're able to do so, whether it's for themselves or for their teammates. But they just had not had the chances.
Kaneki's bread and butter here, but Dusk gets there. Like, he's insta-challenging.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? That's pretty much the name of the game. That's how you play Gundam games so perfectly. You want to be able to insta-challenge them in the air. You do that, that makes playing them that much easier.
Yeah, and especially against Kaneki. Like, he's great in the air. I think he's one of the best in the league, but if you don't give him time to actually do anything with it, that's definitely how you defend against him.
Yeah. But, like, even, like, I'm sure a lot of people in the league could agree with me. When I was on, like, anytime I faced them, that was my game plan. Get rid of them in the air. Make sure they do not have space. That is how you beat them. It's way easier said than done because they have the talent. Boy, it makes life just that much easier as we are a minute and a half in. No goals scored yet. Game seems to be a little bit more even. It's BLT. A little awkward of a jump, but not the greatest of passes from Rexed. Now BLT will try his shot. Try his chance at his shot, whatever, and that didn't obviously work out. Remix. I'm in his own corner now. With the help of Dust, he's able to at least clear it. Kaneki, not the greatest of touches. Might be serviceable, though, as he's able to get a 50 on it. But Remix is there. Again, Girl Scouts has had a lot of pressure. Even though the ball has spent a decent amount of time in the blue half, it's just been not much pressure at all from Gundam Gang. And it is a worrying sign. Because if that's really the case, then it might be a GG. I mean, Girl Scouts have been undefeated. No one's been able to take them down. Only one team has really taken two games off of them. And it was not Gundam Gang, as Remix saves his own teammate shot. It's going to be a little dangerous, but Kaneki pops it up. Rex is in the air. Remix! Oh my goodness, oh no. That could have been disastrous, even though Dusk and BLT was able to get back. Could have been way worse, but you almost feel like maybe a little bit of a wasted opportunity from Gundam Gang. And that's a whiff from Kaneki.
Big miss by Kaneki.
You almost wonder if ping is actually affecting them. I know they're from West. But we'll see, I guess. And for people who don't know this, usually the servers are played in East. It is an East-based league. But we have people from West and even EU play. But either way, as Umer was trying to set up his teammate Kaneki, a great 50, gets another touch, but Rested didn't want to commit on that. Maybe it may have been the smartest decision, honestly. But now Umer will take to the skies. Rested with the bump, but a great recovery from Remix to keep this 0-0. Now BLT will take to the sky, but was not Spag. He could not get a ceiling play to go his way. But now Dusk.
Take your own medicine there by Gundam Gang.
Uh-oh, that's open. That's open. BLT is there, but Rex said great play on the 50, and Gundam Gang finally break this dreadlock.
And there's another instance of us seeing like a demo being the thing that gets this team a goal. Like, they've got to take those opportunities when they can get them.
It is what's needed. But now how does Girl Scouts respond? Because honestly, I don't know if you really want to go down or allow them to tie this game back up. Or tie the series back up. Guarantee a game 6. But there's the answer right there. BLT ties the game up.
And both of them just kind of sit in the net there. Or just got to get some rotation going and get that ball out of there. You can't just let them shoot because these guys will shoot fast and hard.
It's a rip in the chat, in all honesty. But 1 minute remains. High game once again. We'll see what happens from here on, though. Girl Scouts once again have the momentum. It does take the shot, and Umer just could not stretch behind him. Dux is able to give Girl Scouts the lead.
And there have been too many goals given up like this for this Gundam Gang team.
It just played a little too much front post, as I think he may have been last man. But Umer can most definitely help bring this team back up to even. As Kaneki will take to the skies, but BLT just read it like a book. Umer is gonna have to get a touch, was able to, but 30 seconds remain. Gundam Gang needs to change something, and I'm talking about playstyle. I am not talking about getting demos, because you cannot be getting read by like a book. That is not how you're gonna win this. You have to change something. Throw a wrench in it. Throw the kitchen sink if you have to, but change something. Because this is not it. As Remix takes to the skies, but he ends up putting it towards the corner. But less than 10 seconds remain. Rex is going to have to get a good clear. Not a good clear. This makes it that much harder for them to have to try and get another goal. As Umer pops it up. Remix, though, puts it towards back wall. Doesn't get another touch. Umer does keep it up, but does get great 50. Kaneki forces his way back up, and that might just be a goal. Dust is able to steal it from Remix. And that is game 4.
0-second goal, but not on the right side.
Yeah, Remix just flat out beat Kaneki. And that's that, but not like it mattered anyways. As Girl Scouts take game number 4. And Gundvm Gang once again are on the verge of losing yet another Cleety Cup.
And what do you guys think? Do we see a gentleman sweep here? Do we see Gundvm Gang take this next game off of them?
I'm pretty sure a gentleman sweep is where the other team wins the first game and then they get swept after. Because this is not...
I thought it was just any 4-1.
No, I don't think... If that's the case, then that's a BS ruling for a gentleman sweep. Because that's not even a sweep.
Do we think Gundvm Gang takes another game?
Me and C-Shay both predicted 4-2 before you joined. I'm sticking by my prediction. I don't know about you, C-Shay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick by it as well. But I really do think that as you pointed out, Gundam Gang is gonna need to make some adjustments, start playing in a way that maybe they're less comfortable with, because Girl Scouts are ready for them. Like BLT reading Kaneki on that towards the end of the game there. It's just the more they see it, the better they're gonna be against it. And if it didn't work the first time, it's most likely not gonna work the second time, especially against the Girl Scouts.
I like that you said that they have to play uncomfortably. Really making it way more different than what they will be used to. But at this point, you gotta try something. Because it hasn't worked out for the past 2 Cleety Cups. And it might not work out a third, but you have to try something new here. As game number 5 is underway. Something needs to change. Cannot be going the same old. Just won't work. I'll be catching him off of a mistake could work, but that gets saved away. Oh no!
What kind of pressure you need.
That just felt inevitable from the moment this kickoff happened.
What's unfortunate though is that
15 seconds for Girl Scouts.
What's unfortunate though is that Dusk could have saved it, but he got bumped by Remix out of net. Dusk was there for the save. That is so unfortunate. But 1-0 in favor of Gundvm Gang. One of the few leads that they had here, and they give it right back. And that's unfortunate.
Created from the greatest start you could ask for, out the window from a bad kickoff.
It's gotta feel like a punch in the gut.
Yeah, a big punch in the gut right there. That is what you needed to start the series off. And then it just falls down like that. It's truly something that you did not want to experience. And now another double commit comes out. And miscommunication is both just try to let the other person go. Did not happen though. So now Remix will get the flip reset. Does takes the shot, but that gets saved away by Umer. Now maybe a little bit of panic. Maybe a little less now. As Rex is able to get a good 50 from him. And what a 50 from Kaneki.
Dust gets down.
Umer looking for another chance, but that gets cleared away by Dusk. Remix does get a touch, but towards back wall, but Kaneki was waiting. BLT will take the shot. Rex with the save. Dusk is up, trying to at least keep it, or at least pass it towards Remix, one or the other. Remix, though, not much boost. He's gonna have to give it to BLT, but a great 50 by Umer. Rexid gonna be waiting. I don't know if he had much boost either. Remix, no boost, just bullying the other team, though. He's been doing that a good bit this series, if we're being honest here. Just been someone you did not want to be around. As right now, he'll take his shot. Gets saved away by Umer. But Remix passes off to Dusk. Another touch, and he's able to put it right under the crossbar. They take the lead once again.
And honestly, I don't know how to fix whatever Gundam Gang problems are happening right now. All I know is when they have pressure, they're playing well this game. But when they don't, they're not. Like they can't get the ball. They got to be able to clear the ball out. It's like they're just kind of sit back and let Girl Scouts have their way with them.
In all reality, I feel like if anything, that's more of a testament to how good and skilled
Yeah,
Girl
I have
Scouts
to agree.
are.
I was going to point out the same thing. I
Like,
don't necessarily think Gundam Gang is playing poorly. I just think that Girl
oh boy.
Scouts,
Ooh.
they've got the chemistry, got the game plan, got the skill.
Yeah, it's honestly a mix of both. Some of these mistakes are forced, though, by the pressure that Girl Scouts have created, but some of these are just unforced, something that does need to be fixed.
And if I do know this Girl Scouts team, they spent time replay reviewing, game planning, like figuring out their strategies for these games, playing together, practicing for it.
Which is interesting because I remember early on in the season that Remix and BLT were not going to spend much of their time on Rocket League, but hey, lying. Aside from the instigating aside here, I mean, that just kind of also speaks to the fact that they, been in situations where they've had to prepare for stuff like this because they played in a college Rocket League team, and again, won a LAN. You have to do these things in order to win championships. And while yeah, this is technically a fun league, this is one of the best ways to be able to win a championship. Being able to do replay reviews and be able to strategize against your opponent. It will help out tremendously. And it seems like they've helped out now, or has been helping out now, as Kaneki does get a touch, but does not go the right way. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Gundam Gang need to get a goal here, because if they don't, it's over. They will have no more chances. They will lose a third straight Cleety Cup. You don't want that to really happen. And now Dusk, able to get around one, wasn't able to get around the other. Now Uber will take possession. He was able to get it across, but no one from Gundam Gang really pushed up, which is weird, right? It's almost feels like Gundam Gang either double commits or they only one person, only one person's passing and no one's really pushing for it. It's just so weird that I don't really understand why this is really happening. Either way, though, Remakes look for another threatening shot, and Umer just fell off the post. That's an unfortunate spot to be in, and Remakes capitalizes to give them a 2-goal lead.
And honestly, I know there's a lot of game left here, but that feels like a little bit of a dagger there.
I think it's going to be hard to come back from that one.
Yeah, the goals have been few and far in between. And
they would need a really quick answer here.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see if they can. As Rest is able to leave it off. Pass up the ceiling, but Kaneki doesn't get a touch. BLT, great 50. Umer, off the corner. Rest wasn't able to get a dunk or demo. Either of those. Now, just about 30 seconds left. Down by 2 towards Gundam getting a great double from Remix. Just wastes even more time. And what feels like the inevitable is drawing near and near. Girl Scouts have been pretty much perfect this whole season, but hold on a second. 19 seconds left. Yeah, a glimmer of hope. Only one goal separates these two teams now, and 19 seconds is still enough time. But the last time they scored, they gave up an immediate kickoff goal. You have to make sure you cannot allow that to happen again. You need a good kickoff, and that may have just been it right there. But Risa doesn't get a touch. Remakes fakes out another. And that cannot be Kaneki 2 there. So Kaneki has some time and space. And he was able to get a touch. And it goes in. Kaneki ties it. A great read by him. And I almost wonder Remix just may have own goaled that. Remix may have just own goaled that. I can't tell, but it looks like an own goal from Remix. And a costly one. They are up 2 games in the series, but that is not one you want to give the other team at all. And now Umer just takes a shot around field. Freeman's good backflip on backboard, but they cannot punish. Umer was not able to read it correctly, and we have overtime in Game 5. Do or die for Gundam Gang.
That was almost a 0-second goal to win that game.
And the nerves are starting to be felt for both teams. Girl Scouts can just taste it on the tip of the tongue, and Gundam Gang knows what position they're in. And great 50 by BLT, but Umer was able to get a touch, but not the greatest. Kaneki's gonna have to bail him out. Was able to, but the nerves.
And all I'm saying is, if Gundam Gang are able to pull this off and come back and win this series, that goal by Kaneki would have had to have been in the top highlights of biggest turnaround points. Uh-oh.
A great demo from Duz. Unfortunately, does not work out in their favor. It gets cleared away. Kaneki tries to pre-jump Duz. Actually, great play by Duz. As now he passes it back to BLT. BLT towards the back while Kaneki was there. Aggressive had to be calling an action. Was able to get a touch. Now Duz gets 50 by Umer. Now Umer was not able to get a touch. Just the nerves settling in for Gundam Gang, especially. Decent amount of whips in this overtime already, but Umer does get a demo. Duz is a little awkward. Kaneki is able to beat him to the ball. Net's somewhat open. Remix doesn't get a touch. BLT has to take his time. He was able to. Remix is there. They're able to get it clear, but Umer does keep it in. Duz does get another touch. Now Kaneki wasn't able to do much. Remix being chased, but he's going to be off the ceiling. He's going to go for a ceiling shot, but Duz also committed. Yeah, you haven't seen much of that from this team. Rexid going to leave it for Kaneki. He's going to take a shot off back wall. And that gives it, what a 50 by Umer. And that is Game 5 in favor of Gundam Gang. 3-2 is the series. This series is not over yet.
And wow, Gundam Gang might have heard me. It made me eat my words. I talked about the dagger putting up Girl Scouts up 2 goals in this series with only a minute left. They're able to come back at the last second, send it to overtime.
Kaneki with the ice in his veins on that tying shot.
I'm still pretty
my season will not end.
I'm pretty sure that was still an own goal from Remix, though. I'm pretty sure that was coming out.
Either way, the read by Kaneki made it.
It was a good read.
I'm crediting Kaneki with that goal.
It was still a great read. It was a much needed one. Gundam Gang keeps their season alive, but they are not out of the woodwork yet. They still need to win 2 straight games without dropping one. And as for Girl Scouts, they dropped this game, but in all reality, the only reason why they dropped this game is because it seemed like the nerves just got to them. If they're just able to calm those nerves down, which they most definitely are capable of, they'll be fine. They should be able to win.
One thing that I noticed from this game, even though he sits on the top of that scoreboard for his team, I think we saw a little bit of a Remix falter there. Like we saw a couple of mistakes that are not very characteristic for him. Like a couple of backflips that almost led to more disaster. But I don't know, like you said, like he might have owned goal that Kaneki shot. Like I think we just saw a little bit of humanism here in Remix from the Rookie of the Year, and let's see if he's able to clean that up for Game 6.
So you're saying there's a chance? That is what is being said right now on the side of Gundam Gang. As Gang's
chances hinging on the fact that Remix does not play well.
It could, as what a shot! I mean, that was impressive. BLT, a good pass, and does a very difficult angle to just score right under the crossbar. Enough power, great play.
Remix who?
Some have called him washed. Some have called him done.
Who?
He's here to show you, Dusk. He's here to show you that he's still got it.
No, I want to know who said this, because I don't remember people saying this one. Unless it's wrong, but, oh, well, you... Okay, then, yeah, that makes sense why you would be some. But either way, 4.5 minutes remaining, and it's definitely deflating on the side of Gundam Gang, even though this might actually work out in their favor, but Kaneki puts it up high, Umer is there, a weird shot, but if another Umer goal just goes in, I mean, this is a shot you see me score. This is a shot you see me score. It's so bad that it goes in, right? But it's just like one of those shots. But you'll take any goals you can get in a championship series, especially when you're down in a series. And once again, it's back tied up. But to answer your question from before, C-Chan, on whether Gundam Gang's hopes are reliant on Remix and his and him maybe choking or whatever, I won't sit here and say that will be the case. It's just more so reliant on the mistakes that maybe Gundam Gang makes. Obviously, that will help them. But at the same time, though, if they're able to just play this calmly, able to just play this without much fault, they'll be fine. As Umer gets a decent 50, but no one's in net. Kaneki's gonna get a touch. He's able to stretch out to be able to get the save. Now Rexid gets the demo. He's not able to score this, or is he able to? He is. He makes me eat my words, and now Gundam Gang's in the lead.
And one thing that I will say, answering that same question that you just answered of Sisha, is about does this ride on Remix's ability to stay consistent? I think it's not even as much about if Remix can stay consistent as if it is anyone on that Girl Scouts team is not consistent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Quick goal. They can't keep giving up those turnaround goals.
Another kickoff goal.
But I do think it completely depends on, like, this whole Girl Scouts team. In order for their plan to work, I feel like they all have to be playing consistently with how tight their rotations are and how fast they play. And, like, if any of them start playing off in a game, then I think you see a big hole, and I think Gundam Gang is good enough to find that hole. I think that's what they did last game with Remix. But I don't know, like, if BLT stop playing well, then it might not go well for them either. So, I don't know. I think you just need to find those weaknesses.
Good point. You know, there was a topic in the chat over the past few days. I think it was Rome that brought up the fact that a professional player could lose to a GC3. You know, if GC3 is just playing, you know, he's not making mistakes, and you know, you just expect, you know, this Girl Scouts seem to be more consistent, and you know that. See how long the magic can last for Gundam Gang.
Right now, Gundam Gang. They're gonna need some more magic. Tied again, 2-2. Almost 3-2. Good touch though by Kaneki, but wasn't able to get a touch there. Remix just could not put it in. It seems like he's been struggling a little bit. Dust has been kind of carrying the scoring column as of late. And BLT, though, just said, let me get in on this action as he gives Girl Scouts the lead.
Yeah, it's getting close to BLT's bedtime. He's ready to put an end to this.
He wants to go home.
Yeah.
I think we saw a strong start from BLT here in like games 1 and 2, and I think we slowed down a little bit for him. And I think he's probably looking to pick that back up. Let the league know he's still the MVP.
Even though he's not the best player on his team, but I'm pretty sure anyone could really admit that when it's Remix. Either way, though, this is gonna need to be saved, and it's not. I don't know what happened here, or how Rexy was just a little awkward. Just
this would have been there too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but either way, 2-goal deficit now. They've been able to come back. They did it last game, and there's more time to do so now. But at the same time, it just feels like, especially at this stage, that maybe it's just it. Maybe it's Jover. I don't know. But we'll have to see what they can cook up with. They cannot lose hope yet. They've won Game 5.
Similar situation to Game 5. Down 2 goals. A little bit more time left this time. So if anything, advantage. Uber misflips.
Oh, shot off the post. Umer, not much boost at all. Kaneki actually goes and charges in. Buys Umer some time. Rexid goes for the pass. Dusk and Remix both double commit and miss. Kaneki a decent 50. Umer ends up getting a touch. It only goes towards Rexid. Rexid looking to just... Oh, wow. Unfortunate miss. Doesn't cost him too much though. Kaneki is there, but Remix just read that play. Rexid's gonna take the immediate shot though. Can't catch the defense off guard. As Dusk does get deleted from the play. And BLT's also getting bumped. Kaneki just couldn't out 50 Remix, but 1 minute remains. Pressure is back. Dust does not get a touch there, but he does get a touch there. Does help out a little. And Remix is able to get it clear.
If you're Gundam Gang, you've got to score here. Like, you've got to get a goal probably in the next 10-15 seconds if you want any hope.
And being able to get it back on his side and for a good period of time will also help. As 30 seconds is about to remain here. Umer pre-jump for that. 30 seconds remain. There's not much boost. And Kaneki and Umer both had to retreat because they're both low on boost. BLT goes for a pass, but they need to score right here, right now, because this just might be it. Umer goes for a pass. Kaneki doesn't get a touch. Maybe there's a great fake by Remix, and that might have just done it. Girl Scouts have had the perfect season. 14-0. Have not dropped the series. And right here, right now, they will be called League Cup champions, as they have been Gundam Gang 4-2.
And that'll do it. Season is over. Season 2 in the books. As now we prepare, look forward to season 3. What
Great
what
effort from
changes?
Gundvm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good game. What do we think changes we need to see from Gundam Gang coming into next season?
No idea, but there definitely has to be something as well. The league obviously got tougher with when Remix and people like Acidic joined in, and well, it's only going to get tougher. We got 1 or 2 more SSLs going to be joining the league, and probably even more. But either way, as we got some spiciness in the chat, that's not. Either way, though, yeah, I guess you might need to add a player. I don't know if this team is really gonna do much, but at the same time, though, they might just stick it out. We'll have to see. Something does definitely need to change.
Reported.
Well, if that's gonna be the case, though, this will be the end of the stream. Not many.
Season 3.
Yeah, that's it for season 2 technically, but the 3rd season in general. I mean, this was Girl Scouts series to lose. They were undefeated, like I mentioned. And while there were times where Gundam Gang had a lot of pressure, had some pressure, and were able to steal a few games, ultimately Girl Scouts were just too much. Even when Remix was not performing at his best, you just pretty much saw why they were the best in the league, and that was because of people like BLT and Dusk supporting him. But with that being said, Season 2 has come to a close for both Challengers and Majors. Next season will pretty much debut a new division in the form of Premier, which is going to take the place of Majors. Majors ends up going to be a champ division, barring anything gets changed. But 3 divisions next season. Next season is going to be bigger and better than ever. You guys are just going to have to wait and see, though, as it won't start for a bit. But until that time comes, I will miss you guys. But either way, that is it here. Have a great day, everyone, and I will catch you guys back in Season 3.